Hey y'all, this is Ms.Rivera or Ms.Rivera, whichever one you're more comfortable saying. I'm totally okay with. Um, so I just kind of wanted to let you guys know what we're doing this week in a video format. I know videos are easier to kind of understand than just going through Schoology and being like, man, I kind of don't get what this is. So going in a video, letting you guys know what's going on. So this week we are going to write an essay. You see at the top of my screen right here. I'm going to get to it in a bit. But we are going to write a narrative essay. A narrative essay is an essay about yourself. It's like a story. Um, so to kind of prefer, preface this, um, we're gonna look at two different texts. One is an excerpt from Mosquito Land right here by David Arnold. It's from chapter 12 and it's called Anomalies. The other one is called To Understand El Azul by Judith Ortiz Gopher. So we're gonna go through both of those. I'm gonna go through them with you just so that we can kind of understand what's going on. Okay, so first one is an excerpt from Mosquito Land by David Arnold. I'm gonna turn off that alarm. Sorry if you heard it and were like very upset about it. No, your phone's not going off. Okay, so this is an excerpt from Mosquito Land by David Arnold. It is from chapter 12 called Anomalies. If you don't know what an anomaly is, let's look it up right now. Oh, please let me. Anomaly. Yes, anomaly definition. Okay, so an anomaly is something that deviates from what is, oh gosh, something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected, right? And here's an example. There are a number of anomalies in the present system, meaning that there's a bunch of things that are not as normal as what it should be, right? In astronomy, it's the angular distance of a planet or satellite from its perihelion or perigee. We are not using that example. We are using this example right here. And it is anomaly.
Anomaly.
Oh my gosh, that was so loud. I'm so sorry. But it's anomaly. All right, here we go. Excerpt from Mosquito Land, anomalies. And then this is told from the main character, whose name is Mim Malone, and you can see that right here. And let me put my draw on so that we can kind of go with it. Okay. All right. So we got. Ooh, ooh. Okay. In sixth grade advanced English, my teacher presented a challenging assignment. Find a single word to best describe you, then write a paper as to why. During the 2 weeks leading up to the paper's due date, I pored over the dictionary each night, searching for that one word which might perfectly define Mim Malone, right? And Mim Malone is our main character. In the end, I chose the word anomaly. Oh, it's a bad circle. I'm sorry. I had to write it down to that, or cheeky, and by my reckoning, it would be far easier to define my many moods with a word whose very definition was a person or thing that couldn't be defined by any one thing. This I thought was irrefutable logic at its finest. I remember the last paragraph of that paper like it was yesterday, and here's the last paragraph of that paper right here. In summary, I'm 110% anomaly, plus maybe 30% independent spirit, and 7% free thinking genius. My sum total is 150%, but as a living, breathing anomaly, this is to be expected. Boom. Back then, I closed all my papers with boom. It added a certain profound punctuation, a little high class among the meandering bourgeoisie. If I remember correctly, I received a C minus. But even today, inasmuch as an anomaly is a thing that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected, haha, we got our definition right here, right? I can think of no more appropriate word to describe myself. And it keeps going. And then she goes on to like um explain how she is an anomaly, right? Which is something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected. I hate lakes, but love the ocean. I hate ketchup, but love everything else a tomato makes. I would like to read a book and go to a party. I want it all, baby. I'm a collection of oddities, a circus of neurons and electrons. My heart is the ringmaster, my soul is the trapeze artist, and the world is my audience. It sounds strange because it is, and it is because I am strange. All right. So, in here in this anomalies chapter, we have Min Malone, just kind of going over it again, sorry. We have Min Malone choosing the word anomaly, telling us how they are an anomaly, right? the sum total being 150%, even though 100% means it's full, right? So like I'm going to kind of draw down here, right? If you have a glass, right? Here's my weird looking glass. If you have 100% of the glass full, it means the whole thing is full, right? So what Min Malone is saying is that, okay, here's their glass again, right? They're 150%. That means that they are full and they're overflowing. They're like up here, right? It doesn't make sense, right? It's not normal, it's not expected, it's not standard. So that's what they mean by saying they are an anomaly, right? And then over here, let me erase this so that I can whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so over here, right, explaining more about how they're an anomaly, right? Hate lakes, love the ocean. Very similar things, right? A lake is a smaller body of water than the ocean. For me, I would think that the ocean is scarier because it's a bigger body of water, but to each their own, right? Min Malone hates ketchup but loves everything else a tomato makes. I know a lot of people can relate to that. There are a lot of people who maybe love ketchup, but they hate tomato slices themselves. I've met a lot of people like that. Reading a book and going to a party, right? Reading a book would be more of an introverted thing to do, whereas going to a party would be more of an extroverted thing to do. Introverted means like keeping to yourself, being really quiet, whereas extroverted means you're loud, you're rambunctious, you like to make friends and do all like very outgoing sociable things, right? So this is what they mean by going and being an anomaly. Okay, so we have this one, right? And it was all about, and drawing back, sorry, to this assignment, right? Which is to find a, which is to find a single word to best describe you, and then write a paper as to why. Okay, so that was the excerpt from Mosquito Land. Now let's go to the poem by Koffer to understand El Azul. Okay, and so I'm just going to add a text box over here to define some words that are in Spanish, right? I know all of us do not speak Spanish. I also do not really speak Spanish. Oh gosh. So I just want to be able to have us have like a legend over here. El azul means the blue, and I will highlight these words in a second. Mi cielo is oops, sorry. Is my sky, sorry, my sky, and then you have mi mar, which is my sea, and then you have sábado, which is Saturday. You have martes, which is Tuesday, and then at the very bottom, I know you can't see right now, but there is azul, and it just means blue. Okay, so here's our guide over here for our words in Spanish. Actually, let me make sure that we know that words in Spanish translated to English, just so we know kind of what is going on. All right, and then let me go, and I'm going to color them now, and I'm going to color them in blue so that way you know where they are, right? Our Spanish words. Come on. Okay, so we got one right. Please, please, please. Okay, it's being weird to me. We got this one right here, right here, some right here, right here, again down here. And if you kind of look like right next to it, you're going to see that it has the translation, but I just wanted us to have that key nonetheless, so that way in case you're looking at it by yourself, you can still kind of see. Okay, all right, so this is a poem. I know, poems on the second week of school, crazy. It's English. Okay, so I'm going to read it with you guys. So we have To Understand El Azul by Judith Ortiz Cofer. So she says, I'm going to zoom in. We dream in a language that we all understand, in the tongue that preceded alphabet and word. Each time we claim beauty from the world, we approximate its secret grammar, its silent syntax, draw nearer to the Rosetta Stone for dismantling Babel. If I say el azul, you may not see the color of mi cielo, mi mar. Look up once upon my sky, my sea, and you will know precisely what el azul means to me. Begin with this. The cool kiss of a September morning in Georgia, the bell shaped currents of air changing in the sky, the sad ghosts of smoke clinging to a cleared field, and the way days will taste different in your mouth each week of the season. Sábado, Saturday is strawberry. Martes, Tuesday is a bitter chocolate to me. Do you know what I mean? Still, everything we dream circles back. Imagine the bird who returns home every night with news of a miraculous world just beyond your private horizon. To understand its message, first you must decipher its dialect of distance, its idiom of dance. Look for clues in its arching descent, in the way it resists gravity. Above all, you have to learn why it aims each day toward the boundless Azul. All right. So that is our cold read through. I'm going to kind of go through for a second and help you understand a few things, especially if you've never heard of them before, right? So I'm going to go paragraph by paragraph. So in this paragraph right here, right, very first one, we dream in a language that we all understand in the tongue that preceded alphabet and word. Okay, so think about that. In the tongue that preceded alphabet and word. And I'm going to highlight it, okay? What does it mean to dream in a tongue that precedes the alphabet? Um, what that kind of means, and I'm going to try and write it on the side, okay, is that think back to like very, very, very early humans, right? We were not able to write, right? We were not able to read and write. We didn't have the alphabet yet. We didn't have like words in general, right? So when she's saying in the tongue that preceded alphabet and world, she means from the very beginning, all right? Like before, like caveman times, all right? Sorry, my handwriting is kind of bad on this, but it's very, very beginning. And then she says, each time we claim beauty from the world, we kind of guess, right? We approximate its secret grammar, its silent syntax, and these are all terms of like reading and writing. Draw nearer to the Rosetta Stone, right? Rosetta Stone for dismantling Babel. You guys might know Rosetta Stone as the program that helps you learn languages. I don't know if you guys are old enough to have remembered TV commercials when they talked about Rosetta Stone, right? But Rosetta Stone is the learning of language. I'm so sorry, my handwriting is so bad on this. Learning of language. I'm gonna find like a pen to write with. Um, And then it says for dismantling Babel. All right. And Babel is like, I think it's a biblical reference to the Tower of Babel, which was like the Tower of Babel was this like tower that had a bunch of knowledge in it, right? Um, so we're just gonna kind of say like, I think it's knowledge. Knowledge. I know my handwriting is bad. You can laugh at it, it's okay. And then we go down here to our second. I'm going to change the color to this nice pretty blue paragraph. And we have, if I say Azul, you may not see the color of my sky, my sea, right? And then she says, look what's upon my sky and my sea, and you will know precisely what the color blue means to me, right? And this is why she's saying, okay, she likes the color blue. Oh, no, please go back. Ha. I'm going to say likes blue. We're coming down here, and I'm going to change it to this like purpley-ish pink color. Okay, begin with this, the cool kiss of a September morning in Georgia, the bell-shaped currents of air changing in the sky, the sad ghost of smoke clinging to a cleared field, and the way days will taste different in your mouth each week. Okay, so I'm going to separate it. I'm going to separate it right here. Right? Here, she's just talking about Georgia. I'm going to erase that. Here she's talking about Georgia, and then she comes down here saying the days will taste different in your mouth each week of the season. Salvador Saturday is a strawberry, Martes Tuesday is bitter chocolate to me. I'm gonna let you know that this right here is an example of imagery. Imagery is a description of the like five senses, right? Um, And they're also kind of metaphors, right? Saturdays are not literally strawberries, Tuesdays are not literally bitter chocolates, but she's saying, if you think about it, could you imagine this, right? Could you imagine that a Saturday is like a strawberry? Could you imagine that a Tuesday is like a bitter chocolate, right? Saying that each day of the week feels different, right? A Saturday is really fun, so it's more like a strawberry. It's sweet, you like it, you anticipate it. Whereas if Tuesday is a bitter chocolate, it means that bitter means like it's ooh what is bitter mean? Let me see if I have a let's see if we can look up a like actual definition. Okay, having a ooh, please stop. Sorry, technical difficulties. A sharp, pungent taste or smell. It's not sweet, right? It's not sweet, so it is the opposite of the strawberry, right? So maybe you are not anticipating Tuesday, maybe something bad is happening on Tuesday or something you're anxious about, right? So she's saying Saturday, really sweet, really like it. I'm going to write that out here on the side, right? Saturday is a strawberry. It is sweet, sweet. And I'm going to change the color to this red over here, right? Just so we can have the let me change it to a different color. Let me change it to this yellowish color. That way we can have that very difference. And then Tuesday is the bitter chocolate, and we're gonna put it in front, and we're gonna say not, right? Because it means that it is not sweet, right? Okay. And then she says, "Do you know what I mean?" Right? And then we have the final paragraph, and then this one down here. So still everything we dream circles back. Then she goes, imagine a bird who returns home every night with news of a miraculous world just beyond your private horizon. Okay, so think about it. Let's say, I'm gonna, okay, let's say we live in this house right here, right? We got this fence. Here's this fence. Nice little fence. Every day, this bird is going out. Let's make the bird purple. This bird is going out all the way past your house, past your um past your city. Like let's say it's going past downtown Houston. It's going all the way to Galveston, and it's seeing the ocean, right? Every day this bird goes and it sees the ocean. It goes past your house and it sees downtown, so it sees all these high-rise buildings in the distance, right? It's seeing all of these things, but you're too scared to leave your house. You're scared. You don't want to leave your house. But the bird comes back, right? The bird goes, it leaves, and it comes back, and it tells you, hey, like you should go out, you should see all of these things. It's so crazy out there. But if you're too scared to leave your house, you're never going to see those things, right? Um, right? So that's what it means by news of a miraculous world beyond your private horizon. And then it says to understand and it's talking about the bird still, its message, first you must decipher its dialect, right? Do you and a bird speak the same language? You don't, right? Um, Likewise, its dialect of distance, its idiom of dance, meaning that this bird is taking the chance, taking that leap of faith, being brave, going outside of your little house all the way out to see all these marvelous things. And then it says, and then she says, sorry, look for clues of its arching descent, right? So that would mean the bird is coming back down. In the way it resists gravity. You ever seen a bird? A bird does not like catapult down to the ground. It spreads its wings, right? And it kind of glides down, really, really soft. Above all, you have to learn why it aims each day toward the boundless Azul, right? So even though it comes back down, it's resisting coming down, right? It's not catapulting to the ground. And every single day, even though the bird comes back, it goes back out to see all of these cool things again, right? And so this poem is not just about the color blue. It's not just about the bird. It's not just about languages and knowledge. This girl, right, Judith Ortiz Gofer, if she's in her house, right, she doesn't want to be contained to her house. This poem is about freedom. Okay, I'm going to write it down here. right? So the theme of our poem, or kind of like the message of our poem, right? Because that's what a theme is. A theme is like a message, moral lesson. Message of our poem is freedom, right? Um, she wants to be free. Like the bird, she wants to go out and see the blue horizon, the sky, the blue sea, right? She wants to do all those things as well. So, from this poem and from our Mosquito Land excerpt, we're going to kind of combine these two things together, right? So, here is our actual assignment. So you guys are writing a narrative essay this week, and it is called an in a word narrative essay. So just like the Mosquito Land excerpt, you are going to choose one word to describe yourself, right? Just like Min Malone chose the word anomaly, you are going to choose your word about yourself. Only one, just one word. In the essay, you need to define the word just like Min Malone did over here, right? Oops, sorry. You need to demonstrate this word in your home life and in your social life. So you need to tell me, okay, how are you this word in at your like house? How are you this word with your friends, with your family? And then you need to add sensory details, sight, smell, sound, touch, or taste to help your audience understand what this word means to you. And to kind of reference, you could come back to understand El Azul right here, right? Here we have that imagery right here, which is what that is, right? Saying that Saturday is like a strawberry, martes like a Tuesday. Um, sorry, Tuesday is like a bitter chocolate. Right? So those are like taste and smell type of things, right? We have that imagery right here, right? Sensory details like that. And then otherwise, you need to answer these questions in your essay. How does the word describe how you see yourself? How does this word describe how others see you? Right? So maybe you could ask your friends or your parents or your siblings, like if you told them, hey, and I'm going to use an example, I'm going to say sweet, right? So I'm going to say maybe my word is sweet. I'd be like, hey, mom, how does the word sweet describe me? Do you see me as sweet? Can you give me an example of how you see me as sweet? So that way you can put it into your essay. Third question you got to answer is, how does the word make you feel? Do you like your word? Are you like boosting your ego and you're choosing a really good word like bravery? Or are you choosing a word maybe you're insecure, but you know that that describes you best? And so does it make you feel upset that you are that word? Or are you happy that you are that word? And then lastly, you need to answer, do you think this word will change for you in the future? Why or why not? So if you chose bravery, would you always be brave? Or if you chose insecure, would you always be insecure? Can it change for you? I don't know. Can it? You'll have to answer that. Your essay will need to be around approximately 1 page, which is gonna be around 250 words. And I think that is with double spaced lining. Um but I will make sure, okay? But otherwise you guys are gonna submit it. The essay is due on Friday, August 18th. That should say 2023, not 2032. I'm so sorry. I'll change that. But it should be 2023, okay? I have a rubric right here. So here's my expectations for you, and then here's how many points it is on this side. So you need it to be 1 page in length. You need to include all of the bullet points from step 2. So these are all of the bullet points from step 2. All of these. You need sensory details from step 2, right? So you need at least just like give me one example of imagery in your essay. Please try and have grammar, spelling, punctuation to the best of your ability. I know you guys are typically using either Google Docs or Microsoft Word, which does have that feature to help you with your grammar, right? Otherwise, be original, be creative. Choose an interesting word. Don't just say happy or sad. Choose an interesting word. And I'm gonna have a list of words for you guys to kind of look at and see if you want to choose from. You do not have to choose from my list of words, but that way you have an idea, right? This right here, this in a word narrative essay page that you're looking at, is going to be kind of two assignments, okay? So the final essay is going to be written on a Google Doc or Microsoft Word. It's going to be one page. It's going to look nice. I'm going to have an example of the formatting linked into Schoology. But this page right here, the one that has the rubric, also has a place for you to brainstorm and kind of organize your thoughts, okay? And I broke it down by having a place for you to put possible words that you might want to use for the essay, a place for you to define your word, a place for how to show the characteristic, right? And then these are all of the bullet points. So just making sure that you hit all the bullet points. This is going to be a grade just for having this organization, this graphic organizer filled out for making sure you hit all your points in your essay, okay? So like right here. And you can use bullet points. I don't need complete sentences on this graphic organizer. The place where I'm going to need all that good grammar, spelling, punctuation is going to be your final essay. This is more like your rough draft and your brainstorming, right? So this is kind of what it'll look like. If you're saying brainstorming, you're picking a few words that you might want to use for this essay. Okay, maybe I might want to use the word sweet. Maybe I want to use the word brave. Maybe I'm using insecure. Maybe, oh gosh, that doesn't even look like a C. Sorry. Maybe I want to use the word funny, right? Just a place for you to brainstorm some words. And then let's say, okay, maybe I want to use the word funny after all, right? Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. I do not use Microsoft Edge a lot. I'm so sorry. All right, funny definition, and it's causing laughter or amusement. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come and paste it up in here right now, right? Causing laughter or amusement, humorous. And it says, how do you show this characteristic? And I would say I can use a bullet point, right? I show this characteristic by making my students laugh in class, right? And then it says, how does this word represent you? Maybe this word represents me because I like to bring laughter everywhere, right? Maybe I want, oops, I want to make people feel good and happy. Okay. Coming down here, details from your home or social life to illustrate how this word represents you. I could say, I make my family laugh. If I can spell laugh right. um, maybe my friends think I have the best jokes. I make funny videos for my virtual class when I mess up, right? And then sensory details. What does this word look like? What does this word smell like? Okay, I'm going to say maybe the word funny looks like a crowd laughing. Maybe it smells like French fries, right? If I'm out with my friends and I'm making them laugh, let's say at McDonald's, maybe it smells like French fries and chicken nuggets. Let me see what this one is. What does this word sound like? This word sounds like, maybe it just sounds like laughter, snickering, giggling. This word feels like happiness. Maybe if I want to be like more concrete, I could say this word feels like a Saturday afternoon at the mall. And then it says, what does this word taste like? Again, maybe this word tastes like French fries and chicken nuggets, right? If I'm making my friends laugh at McDonald's. Okay, and then it says, how do you see yourself? And you would put how you see yourself, how does somebody else see you? And right here, I would want you to tell me like who was saying it, right? So if you have, maybe you ask your mom, you would say your mom, and then say, how did your mom see you? How does the word make you feel? Are you proud of it? And then will the word change for you in the future, right? And so this is just a graphic organizer, a way to get your thoughts really categorized and organized, so that way you can see, so that way when you write your final paper, right? You ooh, sorry. That's not what I wanted. When you write your final paper, it's all organized and you're ready to go, okay? And that is our, in a word, narrative essay assignment. If you have any questions, please contact me. Please email me my email, and I'm going to type it right here. You can always email me through Schoology, and that's fine. If you ever want to reach me through my school email, I am an Humble high school teacher. So my email is jcrivera at humbleisd.net. So that way it's right here. So that way you have it. Um, I am a new virtual teacher. I have not done this before. I know there's going to be some hiccups. Please let me know if if you can't access anything or if you need help with something. I'm going to set up a Zoom for us this week and give you guys that code and be there during sixth period. And I think sixth period is between like 113 or 115, somewhere around there, to around like a little bit before like 2 o'clock. I think it's like 150 or 155. um and I say that, I know it's like a little bit less than a normal class period. I say that because I have to travel to a different classroom and then travel back to my own classroom, so I need time to kind of get there so I can open the Zoom and all of that stuff. Okay. um but I think it's also on the syllabus listed when those times are. But the easiest way to contact me is through email or through Schoology. Please just send me a message, especially if you have questions about this assignment. If you have questions about either the poem right here or the Mosquito Land excerpt, these texts right here, Mosquito Land excerpt and To Understand Azul, will really just to kind of get you prepared and see what's coming up for the in a word narrative essay and how it relates, and so that you can use them as examples, right? Um, other words, other things I wanted to add. I will have an example of how to format your essays in MLA format on Schoology. It'll be linked in course content. I think it's like quarter one, week two. Um, so it'll be in there. Other things that I'm forgetting and trying to remember. Um, I cannot remember right now. So I might just leave you with this. Again, if you have questions, let me know. We are also going to be setting up a no red ink account this week, and I'm going to have a PowerPoint with instructions on how to do that, as well as giving you your class code so that way you're able to access that. Um, and then that's kind of it. This is what we're really focusing on this week. This is my expectation was just for you to watch this video on Monday. Maybe work through the brainstorming organization, graphic organizer on Tuesday. On Wednesday, do the no red ink setup and a like account setup, and do the diagnostic. On Thursday, maybe go and like write an actual like in a word narrative. Now that you would have had your outline, right? Maybe write a rough draft, and then on Friday just um edit it, fix it up, and submit it. Okay. But your two grades for this week are going to be this graphic organizer, you having filled it out, all right, and the actual essay, the final essay. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, please just email me and I will maybe talk to you guys later. Okay. Bye.